Hello everyone, what's going on? Welcome back to another video on COD wins. Now, being a pro takes a lot of time, and today I've compiled some of the absurd mistakes people make all the time that makes them lose. So let's take a look at some of the top Warzone fatal mistakes that you are being held back by. Now, before we begin, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon so that you don't miss out on anything. Rightio, let's get into it. This first one is WarZone 101. Honestly, even the military men make sure of this. Do not stand near a car because you never know what a grenade will do to it. It could blow the whole thing up. Now, most of the time, Warzone makes you walk, but if you ever find yourself hiding behind a car and since the enemy is close, find another cover or you might be blown up. When you're hiding out in a building, you should close the doors behind you. This will ensure your safety. How? Well, when an enemy walks in, you'll hear the door creaking and you can up your game before they reach and prepare for the fight. If you by mistake do leave a door open, that also might indicate to a player that you're in there, and you might never know who walks in behind you and shoots you in the head. Often what players tend to do in Warzone is jump directly in the target range, and they have no plans for if they were to get shot, and this only gives the enemy clear leverage on you. So before you do such a thing, we always advise that you make a plan beforehand. Think about the outcomes of the shot, strategize your runs and hides before going into the target line. This next one is another mistake that happens very often. It's never a good idea to tunnel vision to thirst an enemy. This lets the player focus too much on another opponent and lose sight of the ones behind them, providing no cover and ending up dead. Especially in your team games, when you do such a thing, you risk the entire squad's fate over your thirsting. Another common mistake, hold your cover. It's probably the most important thing in game, because once you lose your cover, you've lost the game pretty much. So stay close to the walls, walk around the edge of the map, and then take your aim. Because when you're surrounded, you never know who's going to shoot and kill you. This tactic gives you leverage, so when the enemy attacks, you can easily duck and avoid them. When you're playing solos, you have to make sure you collect your bounties, because these things keep you going, and if you choose to miss out on them, then the other players have an advantage against you. Every penny you're going to get is for your good. And make sure you go to the exact location the bounty is, because you're set to find it, although in teams, it might not be the best decision to collect it all by yourself. If you're going to sneak up behind your enemy, best make sure that you're as quiet as a mouse, because footsteps tend to make the most noise, and it can easily be heard at a fair distance, which would alert your enemy. You can crouch and walk, but that's still a bit loud unless you're using ADS, so make sure you're very quiet. Now, you need to analyze your enemies well enough. Most of the time, players have their opponent too far away who's unaware of their presence, and they shoot them, giving a warning sign which alerts them. Basically, don't shoot too soon, because in that scenario, you'll lose the advantage. What you should really do is take your time until they're unaware, creep up on them, and then shoot them once you have a clear target range. This will not only kill them swiftly, but also save you the possibility of a gunfight. Running with a heavy weapon for long distances tends to slow you down. If you're going to run from the storm with a heavy weapon on the side, you're most likely going to get caught up on it, so it's much better if you run with lighter weapons such as an SMG or a pistol. That way you'll be able to react and be a lot quicker when you see an enemy or an enemy reaches you. You'll have the time to take out your sniper or do something else and shoot them. What some people do while hiding behind an object when in line of fire, they peek from the same side each time. For example, if you're hiding behind a rock and the enemy has their gun loaded towards you, you're giving them a direct line by peeking through the same side. Peeking to the same position, really? This just allows them to aim and pull the trigger, leaving you dead. To avoid this, make sure you shift between left and right or another position to fatten your survival chances. This will give you the chance to completely swing sides when that person is already pointed to the other side, and then you can finish them off. So you make sure that you avoid these mistakes, and then you'll surely be on your way to becoming a pro player. You can also tell us in the comments about the other common mistakes you've observed others make, because that can definitely help us maybe make a second list. I don't know, we'll see what happens. For now, everyone, that brings us to the end of our video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then let us know by liking the video. Stick around for some more amazing content, as we will soon be seeing you in another video. Until then, take care and goodbye.